The Blue Cross with the hymn to Holy Spirit and the litany to Our Lady. So for 4 years, every morning, an hour and a half, they finish around 6:30. So if any of you are not sleeping around that time, you're welcome to join them. And I have to say, during that year of the COVID, it was a special year, especially that year of the 20 and 21 when we celebrated the 40th anniversary. The 40 years, like that year that we celebrated and this year that we celebrated 43rd anniversary, it's a time of grace, it's a time of mercy, God's mercy to us. And we know that through the history of the mankind, God was talking to His people in a different way, and through the different time. And I would say, here God decided to send Our Lady to us in the time that we live. He decided to send Our Lady to tell us that she said, "I came here to tell you that God exists." We lived in a communist country for 45 years, almost 50 years, and it was that God does not exist. And Our Lady appeared as a Queen of Peace. On the second day, when the visionaries came together, they said that for that second day of the 25th of June, they felt that they have to go again outside and to look would Our Lady will appear again. On that first afternoon, it was around 6:30, and when they came back home, they told their families what happened just to them a few minutes ago. And Ivanka's granny, the house that I showed you, she lived there, and she took an apple from the table and she threw it up on her. She said, "Leave Our Lady in heaven where she belongs and take the rosary and pray." So for the next day, what happened, they said they came out, a few of them were here on this side and few on the other side, and little Jakov and Maria told Vitska, "Call us if you see something." So the first day it was Ivanka, Mirjana, Vitska, Ivan, Maria's sister and Ivan's friend. But the next day, Jakov and Maria joined them. And on that day in the afternoon, again around 6:30, they saw the light flashing on the hill 3 times. And for them, that was a sign that Our Lady is appearing. They were accompanied with few friends and the family members, but they witnessed how they were like flying on the hill. It was a little path through the bushes on the hill. But as you can see, this side, on the both sides of the path that we have today, it's terrain that it used to be. There was a tiny path before that. And when they came, their friends and the families came behind the visionaries, they found them kneeling in the bushes and stones, and that their lips were moving. Our Lady told them that she is a Blessed Virgin Mary. And the very first question that it was asked, it was from Ivanka visionary, "Where is my mom?" And Our Lady said, "Your mom is with me in heaven." Mirjana did ask, would Our Lady leave a sign? And she just nodded. But the next day, what happened? It's the 26th. Our Lady came again. I would say that was another sign that Our Lady appeared. On the 25th of June, we celebrate anniversary of apparitions because visionaries were talking to Our Lady and they prayed with Our Lady. Very first prayer that they prayed with Our Lady, it was 7 Our Father, 7 Hail Mary, 7 Glory Be. And Our Lady encouraged them to do that prayer. And we still praying every evening this prayer of the 7 Our Father, 7 Hail Mary, 7 Glory Be after the evening prayer. And on the 26th of the June, as it happened again to be the same, the visionary saw the light on the hill. They ran to the hill, and that day it was even bigger number of the parishioners and the locals with them. But this time Vicka had a glass of the blessed water, as her granny said to her, bless that vision, whatever it is. If it's from God, it will stay with you. If it's not, then it will disappear. So it did happen like that. And Vicka not only sprinkled Our Lady, but she poured an entire glass of the water on Our Lady. And Our Lady just smiled. And that day, on the way coming down, Our Lady appeared again, but to Maria Visionary. And today that place is marked with a wooden cross, where Our Lady gave the very first message about peace. Peace, 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 and only peace. Peace must reign between God and people and among people. You will see that, I'm sure you who were here before, there is a second joyful mystery, and on the right there is a wooden cross with a plaque written in Croatian with the date 26th of the June 1981. 43 years after that, we are still in a search and in need of peace. We know what's happening in the world, but Our Lady invited first visionaries, parishioners, and then entire world for peace. Peace starts in our hearts, and when we have a peace, that's just the start of everything else. Our Lady is giving to us the messages. At the beginning, Our Lady did talk to the visionaries and gave them like a daily messages as a true conversation. And then after that, every Thursday, and since '87, we have Our Lady's messages as a 25th of every month. The messages are, we can say, as a 5 main messages: peace, prayer, fasting, conversion, and the faith. One priest said, when we come to Medjugorje, we pray for many different things, but how many times did we pray for a gift of faith? And Our Lady did said, I came to this place here, to this area, because of the faith of people. And the faith of the people is still very strong, thank God. And we are invited to be carriers of peace and carriers of love. Wherever that we are, whatever that we do, we can be Our Lady's extended hands. So before that we start to climb the Apparition Hill, to pray the Rosary, just to say it's for us to be as a group. So it's always better that we come closer to each other. Maybe we won't be able to be just in front of the plaque, but wherever that we find space for us, so we will stay as a group. During the first months, during the first weeks of apparitions, many miracles happened. It was that the cross was spinning and changing the position, and people saw silhouette of Our Lady. It was in the sky, written Mir, M-I-R, peace. And we have witnessed from the many pilgrims, it's not only physical, but a spiritual healing. I believe that you all have your petitions, all you have intentions to pray. And Our Lady, I'm sure, will answer them whenever is the best time for you. God knows what's the best for us. So, and it will be like that, I believe so. You who have been here before, you know how Our Lady is waiting for us on the hill. For the rest of you who are here first time, there is a statue of Our Lady, very same as the one in front of the church. When we finish the 5th joyful mystery, we will be there. We will move to the side to share a little bit about the statue. So So I would need 5 of you to help with the reading from the Father Slavko's book, the meditations of the Joyful Mystery. And then we will say a decade, add a plaque, and then after that we will move. So we